What is up, everybody? JThor here, coming to you from ClashDatAss, covering a war recap. So, as we've finished our push now, we are back into war. We got to about 35,000 cups or something or other, so about top 400 in the world. Not quite the top 200 that we were aiming for, but definitely we're happy we got into top 400. Pretty good effort from all the guys there. So yeah, back into war, as we are a war clan. You can see that our first war against Dominican didn't go that well. We failed pretty hard on that, and yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but that was kind of straight after the push. Everyone was kind of exhausted, I don't know, I guess resource exhausted. I can't even speak at the moment. Yeah, so that didn't go too well, but our latest war against... I can't pronounce this, I'm sorry, but maybe one day I'll learn to, but at the moment I don't, so I'm just going to call them the Chinese clan. So, as you can see, we did win by a close 4 stars. This was quite a big clan though. They had 170 wins and are level 7. So they probably had a filthy winning streak, which we probably made them lose. It kind of feels good, but you gotta feel sorry for them. Well, not really actually. We're on 121 wins now, which is we're pretty happy with that. We're kind of new into level 6, loving the great perks that you've got up here. So I just want to cover some of the most heroic attacks, some of the most heroic defenses, and stuff like that. So it was the defenses which won the war for us actually. As you can see, they lost 20 attacks to our defense, which is huge. Like, we usually lose around 4 or 5 attacks per war, but losing 20 attacks, that's borderline ridiculous. I'm thinking they might be modders and kind of the modding X-mod and stuff. It's pretty unstable at the moment. It's kind of going in and out. So maybe they couldn't mod anymore, so they just suck at normal attacks. But very low number of 3 stars actually. But we did have one on them on that, and also one on them on the 2 stars. So it was actually very close finally for that war. And yes, we'll watch the most heroic attack from each side. So this is from KR, our number 5. And he's attacking a pretty much maxed Town Hall 10, which is their number 3. So triple lightning on that air defense there to take that down. And it looks like he's using a max drag attack. He gets his golem down to shield for his king and queen. Now it's quite a common strategy now with these high level bases, and especially with high level heroes. You use the golem to shield for your heroes, so your heroes can take out basically get as much percentage as possible and clear a way for the dragons to go into the middle. You can see the golem's boss there, and he has got his dragons down a nice wide spread so the dragons don't get drawn around the base. There is a clan castle dragon, but there should be no match for his 12 dragons there. So that one's going to go down pretty fast. Air sweepers are wreaking a bit of havoc, and dragons are dropping slowly, but these new level 5 dragons are pretty tank, and they're working their way through this base incredibly. His last rage went down there. Dragons are kind of going around the town hall, but I think there should be enough of them to just clutch it in the middle. You can see there's just that kind of level 3 Inferno tower. The expos are down, so that's probably what allowed him to do this dragon raid. And it looks like it will be this last dragon to pull off the 2-star on this base. You see, that is why it is important to have your expos set to air. To be honest, and on some bases it works on ground, but I always have mine set to air because air attacks are such a big threat to bases like this. That level 40 queen just sitting there, not really sure what to do. Got a big question mark above her head, she doesn't really know. Finally alerted, but it's too late. They have the town hall, and that's right over. Nope. Golem's still hitting the wall. Go Golem! You can do it! You can do it! No, no. I don't know why I let this play out, but as you can see, quite a good raid there. 62% on a pretty much maxed Town Hall 10 with level 40 heroes. So we'll go on to the next attack, or actually next defense by ClashDatAss, which was by 32 Rambo. It's one of our bottom players, or lower players, quite a new Town Hall 9. And it looks like the attacker is using a hybrid strategy, mainly for use for 3 stars. So the base of this is to use the golems as shields to get wizards and your heroes and to take out the queen and at least 1 air defense. So he's using the double golems quite well to shield there. Puts the wall breakers in and hope to get those golems in the compartment, but here we go. This could have made the big difference here. The golem gets attracted up to the top by those Teslas, and now it is just the queen and that last golem at the bottom stuck there. And really, you need to be able to take care of the queen, all the CC troops, and get that defense out of the way, which is not going to happen for this attacker, as he did not funnel properly, and I guess it's just unlucky that the golem got drawn towards the Teslas up there. So CC troops are still alive. There's not really much hope for his king there. He's not going to get over the wall to that witch, and that balloon is just going to wreck him. So he starts his attack and hope anyway with his hound down. 2 hounds on the same air defense. I'm not quite so sure about that strategy, but rages them up there. His balloons are slowly moving across. Swing rage spells are so important for balloons here, because they move so slowly, but even then, the hounds aren't going to be enough to tank for the balloons. And he only has 16 balloons because he has he used 2 golems, so those last balloons are going to go down there, and with no other cleanup troops, it looks like he's going to fail at 43%. So that's their 24 attacking our 32, so awesome defense there, unlucky attack from him. So this war, my attacks weren't that great. I did kind of muck up a bit, but I did get a defensive win, which I love. I love it. I love defense wins. It makes you feel so good about yourself. But we just have to find it. There's so many attacks with these big bases. Oh dear, that was one of my attacks. I guess we'll watch that later. There we go. That's when I got 2-starred by the number 14. No, that's when I defended against the number 14. That's the one. I'm just being blind. So he's using Go Wee White. So golems, witches, picker, wizards, that kind of stuff. He does use a giant, which is a nice touch, to try to take out these surrounding defenses, which will draw his golems around. But he doesn't quite make it on this other arch tower. So he's got his wizards funneling in. Quite a good job trying to get those wall breakers in there. And I'm loving the CC compilation at the moment. The drag and the loons it's beast. The dragon just does heaps of damage, has heaps of health. Poison spells won't do anything to it. The loons do a whole lot of damage on top of that. It's deadly to Pecker and golems. A group of loons will bust a golem in a few hits. So it's really got to be careful, and that's what happens here. He doesn't have his wizards in there, so the CC troops are basically untouched. So they just get fully taken out by the CC troops. And it's an important thing to note, as the poison spell has come out, CC troops do have to be a lot more tanky, as wizards and witches can just be taken out by a poison spell. The last picker kind of goes down here on the corner. All the CC troops still up here is 5 archers to just scrape up this last 7%. Drag's just sitting in the poison spell up there, still doesn't take him out. Now what he tries to do is he puts an archer up here to try lure the dragon round, and then he tries to take out this builder's hut on the bottom. Quite a good tactic that, but realistically he's not going to be able to get that percentage there. Was a good move if he only needed 1% or so, but he still needs another 5. Very unlikely he's going to get this. I do need to cover these 2 buildings. It's a very important thing as Town Hall 10, as a lot of the 50% second star will come from buildings on the outside. That's why I usually take a couple of minions and a couple of archers just to pick off buildings. So it's very important to have all of them covered as possible. So that was cool having a defense win there against Town Hall 10 with max troops. 45%, and that was just one of the 20 defense that we did have. So I want to go on to one of my attacks now. I did fail pretty badly, to be honest. Well, not fail. I just didn't. I'm a Town Hall 9 3-star person, so you gotta kind of be careful with it. It's very easy to muck these up. I can't even find my attacks anymore. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Here we go. So this was my second attack, and it was a Go Hog. So this is similar to the one I described before about using the golem to take out the queen, but now instead of an air defense, it's basically splash damage and the CC troop. Most important being taking out the CC and the queen, because those are the biggest dangers to your hogs, because they won't target them until the very end. So I funnel in with my wizards. I put some witches down at the back just to help clear with that CC, and then hope to cause enough distraction. Now, both my raids, I forgot to use my king's ability, and I used the poison late. So my witches go down there, so now I'm just left with my queen. I chucked my wizards down there, which were more of my cleanup troops, and hope to take out that queen, which I do get down. So now I just have to start my hog attack. So placing all these hogs down, coming behind, get an early heal down there, as the wizard tower and Tesla will start to lock onto them. This was a second attack on the space, so I knew where the Teslas and big bombs were. And I pre-heal up here, because when you've got 2 exposed, an arch tower, a few Teslas, you've really got to keep them up to health or they'll drop off really fast. I did have a rage, which I probably should have used for my first troops, just to try getting them through that as tankier defenses. And maybe I could have left that heal spell a little bit later, maybe used it around here, where that big bomb was. I wasn't sure, but maybe if I got there it would have been alright. But as you can see, the hogs are dropping off now on these last few defenses, and I have a couple of cleanup troops, but since I had to use those wizards, there's not really much left. And the skeletons kind of finish off my hogs with 3 defenses left. So, bit disappointing. A bit of change in spell placement, and maybe the king's ability would have turned this from a 1-star to a 3-star. But it's all a learning process. All a learning process. So, not much really. I consider that a fail, because I like 3 stars, and I don't like it when I don't get 3 stars. So that's that. I may do a Go Hog video in the next war that we have, depending if I get any good attacks in with it or not. So over and all, an awesome war by ClashDatAss. Big shout out to the clan, as we're on the warpath again, destroying all these high level clans, all these level 7 with 150+ wins. They're all just dropping, and we're making our way up there. So that is basically that war. Pretty happy with that, and see you in the next video.